Assalamu alaikum, Wakayi. Welcome back to the Jello Football Bantaba YouTube channel, the home of Gambian football, guys. It's your boy again, Chama, guys. But today, maneko the master maneko sip coffee. Angal coffee lang niya yun. So, buy you sip coffee. Before you want len bad bi. Bala nyo dem. Bala nyo start. You want len bad bi. Liverpool. Wow. Maneko tachul len nyo. Bala nyo move. Tachul len nyo. Liverpool. maa ngi xaar congratulatory messages si comments guys, but yeah, let's get back to serious stuff, guys. Welcome back to the Jollof Football Bantaba YouTube channel, the home of Gambian football, guys. It's Tuesday and it's time for the weekend recap, where we look at the weekend action of best performing Gambian players and try to put them together in a summary form. Usually I say summary, but it takes more than a summary because it takes usually an hour to discuss. And this week was quite an exciting week because the seasons are reaching the climax. Seasons are ending. Like in England, I think there is one game to go. In the championship, for example, there is only one game to go. In League Two, there is only one game to go. You go to Austria, there is just four games to go, and it's getting really tight there with Austria, Vienna, and Storm Graz fighting for the title. Of course, in the Scandinavia, Sweden, Denmark, and Norway, those countries, they have just started their league because they have different starting period of their league season. So it's been a very entertaining and exciting weekend in terms of Gambian players, Gambian foreign-based players. So we're here to break that down for you guys. If you are new around the Jollof Football Bantaba platform, wherever you are watching us, we are on YouTube, we are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, and now we are on TikTok as well. So if you are watching us anywhere, guys, welcome to the show. Welcome to the weekend recap, guys. It should be an interesting one. But my had congratulatory messages. Liverpool, congratulatory messages si man ko xaar si comment si guys. Make sure ngeen send yooyu noonu ma dégg ko xam ngeen. Waaw ma ne ko su la nit sutee nga oyee ko njool noonu la ko gaay dewee ndax du ku la sut nga oyee ko njool. Waaw Premier League bi ñoo leen sut fu mu ne nii so oyee leen ñu njool. Wow. Why I think the big performance of this weekend was Abdullah Manneh. I think everybody will agree on that one. The hat trick he scored, the season he's having in Sweden, it's been absolutely remarkable. So we'll talk about that. But let me just go through the headlines we have. There are five key points that I want to talk about, talking points that I want to talk about mainly. But if you look at the summary, of course, Abdullah Manneh scored a hat trick, like I just mentioned. He was the star of that match, produced a wonderful performance for Myalbi. He started the season exceptionally well, scored a hat trick in their 4-1 win. And then you go to Slovenia, Bamba Suso, who is also quietly having a very good season in the Slovenian second division. Not he does not get a lot of mention, but he's doing really well. I took notice of that when I follow Buba Jallo Falaboy when he does his foreign-based player weekend roundup as well. And Suso, this Bamba Suso playing in Slovenia, alumni, he's doing really well. This weekend he scored another brace. I think in the month of in this month we are just ending, that is April. I think he already scored 4 or 5 goals for his club. He's kind of carrying that club. They are the top of that league. They are moving. They are likely to move to gain promotion to the first division, and he has been absolutely exceptional for them in Slovenia. Lamin Silla Owens, he's doing really well with Olympiacos on the 19th as well. They are also very close, just very close to winning the league, the youth championship in Greece. And Lamin Silla has been a major part of it. He scored back-to-back braces. He scored a brace last week and then added another brace this week. I made a mistake, call him Jibril Silla in my post, and people started, it's not Jibril. Yeah. Sometimes those kind of things happen, but yeah, I apologize for those mistakes. They are mistakes that you oversight kind of, but I'm sure he understand. Yeah, Lamin Silla wins, top striker. Lamin Koli in Hungary, Puskas Academy. They are also doing really well at the top of the league. He scored his 10th goal of the season. He got a goal and an assist this week, Lamin Koli. And then you go to Czech Republic, Lamin Jawo, who is also having an exceptional season with his lonely club that is Jablonak. He got an assist this week, no goals. But there was a time he had a run of 4 or 5 games scoring consecutively. Now he's also chipping in with the assists, so he's their leading goal scorer, having a wonderful season. If you go to Estonia, Modlamin Jalo, Estonia. When we talk about Estonia, usually the headline is the Paide boys, Suso nowadays, and Ikrama Jajustek for the last 2-3 years. He's been the headline. But this week they lost. They lost against Talina Kalev. There's also another Gambian playing there, that is Mulamin Jalo, the under-20 defender who left from Steve Biko earlier this season. Yeah, he kept Mohamed Susu and Paire at bay. They won that game 1-0 and kept another clean sheet. He played the whole 90 minutes. So yeah, he also needs his flowers. A decent show in there. I think last week or week before last, they lost 9-0 against Levadia. That is the team that Abubakar Tamberu plays for. Tamberu actually scored a brace in that one, I think, and got an assist in that one last week. I think we covered that. And this week they are beating Paide. Paide in the midweek, they just beat Levadia in a very dramatic way when Ibrahim Jajustek assisted Mohamed Suso to score that, that wonderful goal, that winner. So yeah, it's been an interesting start to the Estonian league. Defending champion Levadia, of course, they are leading by 4 points right now. But Paide, that I'm sure they will see this weekend as a big slip for them because of the way Talina Kalev have been playing. I think they considered 15 goals in their last 2 games, and then Paide could not even get a goal against them. So that tells you, it could be football could be a very interesting thing. And then you go to England, Ibu Adams and his club Derby County, they are edging ever so closer to that safety. Ibu Adams, you remember around the start of the year, they gave him the captaincy, and he has led the team by example. They are now very close to safety. I will talk about that more in detail later on in the show. Abubakar Bari for Austria Vienna. This weekend they had a crazy game, like I'm telling you, a crazy game. I think the Austrian League turned it out to be the most exciting season finale. It is really, really exciting. If you follow the league, it is super exciting. We have a couple of Gambians. I would say one full Gambian and one who we don't know if he will represent Gambia, but of course he's a Gambian origin. That is Sidi Jata, who plays for SK Storm Graz. They are at the top of that league. And then you have actually they were at the top of that league, and then now Austria Vienna now are at the top of the league. They played Austria Vienna back to back this last 4 or 5 days. Something strange happened. I will talk about that more. Austria Vienna are now at the top of the league with four games to go. So if they could hang on to that, Austria Vienna is going directly to the Champions League, because if you win the Austrian league, you don't have to play the qualifiers of the Champions League. You go straight into the group stages of the Champions League. Imagine that if Abubakar Bari having that in his 4th season with Austria Vienna, and he has been a huge part of that team. I will talk about that one also more in detail. He's having a wonderful season with them. Yanko Minte too. We saw the impact he had coming off the bench for Brighton, came off the bench and then immediately changed the game for the Seagulls. They ended up winning that game in a dramatic manner, 3-2. They're also pushing for that European spot. I think earlier at the start of the season, I did a lot of interview with Brighton fans when they were in Japan. And everything they were signaling was they want to go back to Europe. So that was the option. That was the only option, considering the spendings that they made in the summer as well. I think a European sport will be a huge achievement for them, and I think that is something that is their main target. So they keep pushing for that, and it's still possible for them to qualify for European sport because it's really tight down there in the Premier League. Mamadou Bajo as well for DAC. Wherever, like, this boy has been producing consistent performance week in, week out. This week they won against Solovan Bratislava, the reigning champions and also the league leaders currently of the Slovakian league. They won a very important game against them. Still they are there at the top by far, but it was a huge win for Mamadou Bayo and his team DAC. And Bayo has been, an instrumental figure for that team. We all know that he plays week in, week out, starts every single game. Almost last 90 minutes for every single game that he plays in. So yeah, it's been a really good start. It's been a really good season for them as well. Guys, ma leen a wax rek suma congratulatory messages yi de seen leen ma suma congratulatory messages yi waaye ma leen a gaafa si comments yi waaye rek ma di check comments yi wango. I will do that later at the end of the show. By the way, I will check and of course I will come live on TikTok for a brief 30 minutes after I end this program, like I always do after this program. And then if anybody have something to talk about Gambian football, I'm there for about 30 minutes. That's what I love doing, talking about my country. Yeah. So let's get into the spicy stuff. Like the talking points that the 6 talking points I have today is I want to talk about Abdoulaye Manneh. There's a lot of rumors also going around about him. So I wanna talk about him a little bit. Yeah, what happened on my Instagram? Instagram is not showing the live, is it? Instagram is not showing the live. Is it showing the live? I don't know. It should be showing the live on Instagram, but I'm not seeing it. It seems stagnant. Let me just reload that Instagram and see what's going on there. I don't know Instagram, what's going on. Yeah, but nonetheless, we are on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Yeah, definitely. I think those ones are definitely on. Let me see in the YouTube just to confirm, guys. Just give me a second. I'm sorry for this before I get into the main stuff, the spicy stuff that I want to talk about today. Just want to confirm if the live is actually working. Let me just open the YouTube and check. I should be live, I believe. Me on YouTube, guys. Let me know if everything is okay on YouTube. Yeah, I have a sneaky feeling that it's not working right. Of course, TikTok is. Yeah, I think YouTube is working. Okay. YouTube is on. Yeah, let's move on. Like I say, I want to talk about the hat trick Abdoulaye Manneh, the hat trick he scored this weekend. Ibo Adams, Musa Dibaga had a memorable season. I would like to talk about that. Wrexham, another promotion they have. This is their 3rd consecutive promotion, which is absolutely bonkers. Alassane Jatta being named in the team of the season. Abubakar Bari and Austria Vienna and the Austrian league. How exciting that league is! I want people to focus on that league because it's been one of the most challenging or one of the most competitive leagues right now, I would say, with the season coming to an end, with only 5 games to go. But we start today with Abdoulaye Manneh of Mialby. He has had a wonderful start to the Swedish league season, the Allsvenskan. Over the weekend, he scored his first, professional hat trick. They won that game 4-1. He scored, brilliant goals, I would say. And then, after the game, he was given an interview and he said he was praying that because he hadn't scored a league goal at his home ground. He has scored a few goals, but every goal was scored away. And the goal he scored on home ground was in the cup. So he haven't scored in the league and on home soil since he has been there since last season. So he said he was praying that if he scores in the league, let it be a hat trick, and that prayer come to fruition because he scored a hat trick, a wonderful hat trick to take his season tally in the league to 5 goals and his overall tally to 8 goals in just 11 matches. He also have a couple of assists in that, so he has already have 10 goal involvement in this early stage of the league season in Sweden. He's been absolutely remarkable. And there were rumors, I think, ahead of even the weekend that there were a lot of clubs interested in him. One of the clubs that was mentioned was Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Premier League. Olympiacos was also mentioned, and also the MLS. The MLS was also mentioned. There is a club in the MLS who is also interested in Abdoulaye Manneh. Um, and the way he's playing, you can see why clubs are interested in him. He's been really, really, really good. He's been really, really, really good. Like Buba said, if the national team was to be named today, there is no chance that Abdoulaye Manneh will not be part of the Gambia national team. That's how good he has been, and he will even be pushing to start in the national team because right now the form he is showing, the way he's playing, I don't see anybody playing like that. Like I said, the Swedish league just started recently. He only played 6 games in the league. He already have 5 goals and 1 assist, or a couple of assists. There are some stats. There are some some data statistics that give him the assist, and some did not give him the second assist because the reason being he hit the post and then somebody scored a rebound from him hitting the post. Usually, this is not an opta assist. This is not a natural assist. But yeah, you can say it was his assist as well. Yeah, he have had a wonderful start to the league season, and long may it continue. And he's very quite optimistic that this form will continue with him. I think in his interview they even asked him that question. He said yes, he's very confident that this form will continue. He's not yet ready, and with the way he's playing, he definitely would. He's having impact in games, not just in the goals. He's creating chances, creating assists, causing problems. He's a very good ball carrier as well. Having a wonderful season, and long may it continue. I cannot wait to see him in the national team at this rate, at the way he was playing in March, in April rather. He has already scored 5 goals, and got those couple of assists as well. I don't think any Gambian player come close to him when it comes to goals scored or goals assisted. Of course, spoiler alert, he will be part of the nominees for the Jollof Football Bantaba Player of the Month, and I'm sure you guys are watching, and I'm pretty optimistic that he's gonna be the one who will be carry the most votes because of the form he is, because Gambians are aware of what players are doing right now. So Abdoulaye Manneh, yeah, let him continue what he's doing. It's been absolutely remarkable. Definitely, it's been absolutely remarkable from Abdoulaye Manneh so far this season. Long may it continue. Man, because my waje manu inala, manu inala, man la fay. Yeah, ba. And then you move on to this guy, Ivo Adams. Ivo Adams. Like he's always a mixed feeling. I always start when I discuss Ivo Adams with this. When he comes to the Gambia national team, there is a mixed reaction towards Ivo Adams because I don't know, like should he play, should he not play, and he is not yet that like he used to be established on a Tom, but on a journey he is not like a first choice starter. I would say like 100%. Ivo Adams is gonna start every single game. It is not like that. But the form he's having, the season he's having, I discussed that last week in terms of he's been a boss of a midfield in England, especially in the championship. Like when it comes to midfield battles, winning tackles, winning duels, making interception, making blocks, doing all those defensive work for your team, he is up there in a league of his own. When I say a league of his own, he's top there, and then you have the rest of the league. Not just his team, but the rest of the league. He's on a league of his own when it comes to defensive actions of the ball play for in the championship. And not only that, he also chipped in with goals. He already scored 6 goals as a midfielder, as a defensive midfielder. Scoring 6 goals is a respectable number. It's a really, really good number, I would say. I can give you an example. Liverpool just won the league. I'm a Liverpool fan, by the way. Liverpool just won the league The highest scoring midfielder they have in the team is 5 goals. That is McAllister and Saboslai. 5 goals they scored over the course of the season. So, which is a very good number at the end of the day, for a midfielder. And that is what Ibu Adams is doing. He has 6 goals for his club. He has created a couple of assists as well. And not only that, he's also leading the team very well, because in the middle of the season, he was given the captain armband when they were struggling in the relegation spot. And today, they are in a very strong position. They have a final game to play against Stoke this weekend. If they win that game, they ensure safety. Stoke are also in that, are also a team that could go down, but they are more likely to stay than going down. But there's still a chance of Stoke going down. So it will be a very difficult game for them to play against Stoke in the final game. Definitely. And my man, Ibu Adams has been, what a beast! What a season he has had for Derby County. By far, like I said last week, he's their player of the season. And he won the fans player of the season already, and I'm sure he's gonna be the club's player of the season as well. And I'll be really surprised if he does not make the championship team of the season, despite his team being at the bottom of the table. But in terms of midfield play, everything you will want from a midfielder, winning you the battles in the middle, he is winning the battles, and also he is chipping in with the goals and assists. So he has done everything you will ask from a midfielder. Sometimes it is not your fault that your team is not great, but for him, he has had a wonderful, wonderful season, one of the best seasons he has had in his career. The Derby fans, they adore him so much that, they love this guy because of what he gives them as a club. He's a top player. I'll be watching their game this weekend. I'll be keeping an eye on their game this weekend. They play against 18th place. They are currently 19th in the league. Of course, 3 teams will go down. They are currently 19th in the league. Just 1 point above the relegation spot. So if they lose and teams below them win, they might go down. So it's a very important game for them. Stoke as well. Stoke are just 1 point ahead of them. So it's going to be a very exciting final day of the season this weekend. I cannot wait to see. But I'm quite confident because Derby have the home game. They have the home advantage. So hopefully they will use that to their advantage. And then we move on to this is the table, by the way. I did not even show the table here. You can see the table. You can see Stoke 50 points, Derby 49 points. Then you have Preston, Leeds, and other teams on 49 points. Then you go down. So yeah, it's not going to be an easy task. Actually, you see Luton 49 points. Then Hull are currently in the relegation spot. They actually beat Hull last weekend away to Hull, which was a top win, because if Hull win that game, it could have been almost a relegation for Derby County. But they grind out, they won away, a very important win for them. Adams captained them in that one. So we move on to these two guys, Mofal and Jacob Mendy. Congratulations. We will start by saying congratulations to them. Congratulations to Wrexham for gaining their 3rd position in the space of 3 years. Just 3 years ago, Wrexham were in the National League. They were not even a professional team in England, because the England professional teams are the Premier League, the Championship, the League One, and the League Two. These were the 4 tiers they consider the professional league of England. So if you go down to the national leagues, those are not considered professional. So that's what I'm saying. 3 years ago, they were not a professional team, Wrexham. Today, they are going to the Championship, that is just next to the Premier League. So they gained promotion to the League Two, and then gain another promotion to League One last year, and this year they are going to the Championship next year. So congratulations! It's a big achievement. It's a historic achievement as well. I think they are only the first club to make those progress within the space of in that short space of time. So congratulations to them, Mofal and Jacob. But the only thing I would say, it's a bittersweet one for me. It's a bittersweet one for me because I will not say either Mofal or Jacob Mendy had huge impact in this promotion. Jacob, by the way, he has been injured this season. Most part of this season, he has been nursing an injury, and that played a huge part why he was not very much involved in the team. And when he was available, the team was doing well, so he was not coming straight into the team, so which is understandable. But if you look back to the last 2 promotions from the National League to League Two, from League Two to League One, Jacob was there throughout the way, and he had a huge impact, especially last season. I think when they were coming up, he was having a wonderful season. Even in the national team, you saw him. He came in and took Ibuture's place. Ibuture, Mr. Consistency. Imagine somebody taking Ibuture's place in the African Cup of Nations, and Jacob did that. Injury has not been his best friend, to be honest, in the last year or so. But hopefully that will change. So, with the club also moving up, that could make things even more difficult for him, because the higher these clubs go, the better players they want to get. Like, they will buy better players. Just like if you move to the Premier League, you buy players, that you think will do well in the Premier League. You don't just stick with the players you were having in League Two or League One or in the Championship. You try to upgrade your team. And that is the problem that both players will have, because Mofal did not establish, like, he moved to this club this year, but he could not break through into the team. If you look at both of them, their season, Jacob Manneh played only 4 games in the league. This is a 46 league game season, but Jacob only played 4 games out of the 45 they have played so far this season. And you look at the player like Mofal, he played 8 games, but he has not started a single one of them. He has come off the bench in every single game that he plays. So that's why I say it's a bittersweet one. I'm happy that the team is going up, but I'm not so happy with the involvement of these two Gambian players. That is what I'm trying to say. But I don't know what the plans are with them now. But yeah, I was happy to see them enjoying, especially Mufa. He was really, really happy. Currently, he's having an injury as well, so you could not even feel that this boy is injured right now, because he was, he was really, really up for it. He really enjoyed that promotion. Hopefully, he will have, like, maybe they have a plan for him, because he joined them this year as well. Sometimes if you join a new team, they are doing well, it's difficult to break through into the team. That is understandable. Maybe that is the case with Mofal. Maybe next season they will give him more chance when they go to the championship, but it will be harder because they are going to a more difficult league. So, and then it is likely that they are going to pump in money. They have very rich owners, by the way. They have very rich owners. I forget their name, but they have very rich owners who bought the club. So expect them to spend some money to buy new players, which will make it very quite difficult for these two Gambian players. But nonetheless, congratulations to them, Mufal. Congratulations to Jacob Manneh, and I'm wishing all of them a healthy 25-26 season. 24-25 has not been great for both of them in terms of injuries and minutes. So hopefully that will not be the case next season, because they are both such a talented players. So congratulations to them once again. And then with that, we move on to Musa Dibaga. I people tend to think what they say Musa Dibaga is my player. People tend to think that, I'm a big fan. Yeah, I'm a big fan of every single Gambian player, guys. If you're watching, I'm a big fan of every single. But if you're having a memorable season, if you're having a great season, people will tend to think that this guy is like he's a big fan of this guy or something. But it's just because of the impact you are having at your club. It's just because of the impact you are having. I love every Gambian, guys, and Musa is no different. I'm really happy for him. I'm really, really happy for him, because this guy, guys, this guy last year he was not a professional player. He turned professional player this season. This season he turned professional player. And if you go back, we had an interview with Musa Dibaga earlier in the season. And then he's telling you he did not start playing football until he was 16 years old. So before 16 years old, he was playing another sport. He was playing handball. And even handball coach asked, were you playing as a goalkeeper or were you playing as an outfield player? He was playing as an outfield player when he was playing handball. Of course, handball will help you to be a good goalkeeper, because in handball you use your hands as well. But he was somebody who could not even kick the ball when he started playing football. So he had to learn all these things at the very late stage in his, football career. And then look at him right now. He's playing professional football. He has made, he has been called up to the Gambia national team, and now he's winning the Inverness's player of the season, fans player of the season. He is Inverness's fans player of the season. He has been named in the Scottish League One team of the season as well. from this, there is a lot of things to learn from. There is a lot of things to learn from the story of Musa Dibaga. If you have not watched the interview we had with him, please go back and watch it. It was such a very good interview. I learned a lot about him back then. It's on the Jollof Football Bantaba YouTube channel. You will find it there. Just type Musa Dibaga. You will find him on our YouTube channel. We had a very good interview with him and his agent. And today there are clubs in the Premier League, according to his agent, clubs in the Championship that are looking at Musa Dibaga because of the season that he has had. Inverness are desperate for him to sign a new contract to stay with them because of the season that he gave them in just his fourth year as a professional player. He just turned 25 years old, I think, a couple of days ago. So you see, he's a late developer. And before I talk about the accolades, what he did, and the numbers that he put up in the Scottish League One, let's talk about the lessons you can learn from this. The biggest lesson I would say for me is everybody's journey is different. This is the biggest lesson you can learn from the Musa Dibaga story. And if you are a footballer out there listening or something, you have to take something from this. Every journey as a footballer is different. I can remember, and I would quote few weekend recaps back. I was talking about Adam Obojang here. Everybody was expecting Adam Obojang to go out the wall when he came out from the World Cup, when he came out from the Africa Cup of Nations, doing all those things. We were all expecting when he go to professional player, Adam Obojang will be the one who will blossom before anybody as Gambian, because of what he was doing. And then he sat for a whole year without getting a single goal as a professional footballer. And those things got into his head, seriously. But the boy kept working on, kept working hard. And then now, recently we saw him score his first hat trick, and now he is confident. So you see, what I mean is the journeys are different. Abdullah Cisse, example, he started Real de Banjul, killing it everything in the GFF leagues. He left, go to Paide, he was killing everything. Right now he's struggling at Germany, with St. Pauli. He's not even starting games. Last week, their weekend game, he was not even in the squad. I don't know if it is because of injury or just because he was not selected. I don't know what was the reason. And yet he has not even scored. He has not scored a single goal. He has not even started a game for St. Pauli, and he joined them since January. So just again, different way, different story, different path. Everybody's path is different. So we should not look at somebody's path and then say, "Oh, I wish I am this, or I wish I am that." Just know that you have your own story, and then just go with your own story, and don't compare yourself with anybody's story. That is quite important because sometimes as a footballer, you kind of feel, I know, I used to play, you kind of feel like comparing yourself with somebody who you think I used to be better than this guy, and then this guy is taking the steps, and I'm not taking the step. Every journey is different. Who would have thought, what's his name? Pamodu Sohna, currently playing for BST Galaxy. Everybody would have thought Pamodu Sohna would have been right now at the top, leading the Gambia national team, and all that. But his journey was different. And now he has to go back to the Gambia, play with BST Galaxy again, take it from there. And hopefully he will take that step up again and then go up. So every part is different. Somebody get it like Lamine Yamal, 17-year-old, 15-year-old, he's starting to play at the top level. And then, you never know. Michael Owen, the same thing. But then when he would get to 25, 30 years, he was nowhere. He could not do it anymore. So every story is different. Just make sure you control your own story and ignore the other stories. That's my biggest lesson from Musa Dibaga's story. 16 years old, that is 2016. This boy he did not even know how to kick a ball. And he was around 15, 16 years old. And now he's a professional player, winning player of the month, winning player of the season, getting the best defensive record, goalkeeping record in the league that he is playing in, and then winning the France player of the season, being in team of the season. So guys, that is my takeaway. So congratulations to my guy Musa Dibaga on his award. And also there is interest in him in England according to his agent, but his agent is quite careful about it. He said he would rather Musa get up to the point of 90 games under his belt before he can start thinking of moving. Because right now, maybe if a club wants him, maybe they want to use him as a second choice goalkeeper. When he joined Inverness, he was a second choice goalkeeper. That's another interesting fact, right? He was a second choice goalkeeper. The first choice goalkeeper got an injury just 1 or 2 games into the season, and then Musa Dibaga had to step up. And then, from then the rest is history. But now I think the priority for him is to play because he's at an age which is important for him to keep playing and then keep developing, building that experience, and then eventually that big move will happen for him. Yeah, I will not mind if he stay with Inverness one more season and then help them gain promotion to the championship in the Scottish League, and then because this year Inverness were in administration, guys. They got deducted 15 points at the start of the season, because they could not meet the financial regulations and all that. And then what happened? The first choice goalkeeper had to go back because he was on loan from a Scottish, Scottish Premier League Dundee United team. So they had to send back players that they took on loan. They had to offload their coach. They have to offload players that they cannot pay because the club was completely dry. They were into administration, and then they got deducted 15 points at the start of the season. So they have to fight their way back to regain those 15 points and then try to stay in the league. And this week they won the game. Musa did not play because he's currently injured with a hamstring injury, but they won the game and then they confirmed their status in the league. So they will be staying in the Scottish League One for next season. So congratulations to them too, because that was a big achievement for them, considering you started the season with minus 15 points. So congratulations to Inverness and Musa Dibaga. Yeah. Let's move on. Let's move on to. I spent a lot of time talking about Musa. Yeah, this one, Alassana Jata. Another interesting story. His story is really different. He went to Slovakia, Estonia, played with Paide, broke some records there, then went to was it Sweden? No, Denmark, Viborg, but he could not, really get to grips there, getting injuries here and there. Even though he scored a few goals there, but there was a lot of injuries. He could not stay fit. And then eventually he moved to England, to Notts County. And look at him right now. He's also making headlines week in, week out with Notts County. He's currently on 18 league goals of the season. Only one player has scored more goals than him in League Two. No player has scored more non-penalty. All his goals, 18 goals he scored in the league, are non-penalty. He hasn't scored a single penalty. So there is no other player who has scored 18 non-penalty goals. The leading goal scorer who has more goals than him, he scored 8 penalties so far this season. So comparing them comparing him with Alassana Jata, Alassana scored 18 non-penalty goals, and that player scored 23 minus 8, that is 15. So Alassana has scored 3 goals more than him in terms of non-penalty goals, and he also accumulated the highest XG in the league. His XG is higher than any player in that league, scoring goals for fun, and he's also got chip in with a few assists. And then if you look at it, Notts County, they are also within a chance of gaining promotion to League One. They started the season very well. They were in the top 3, which would have earned them an automatic promotion. But in the second half of the season, they kind of slowed down, and now they are into the playoff spots. So they have qualified for the playoffs. It will be really difficult for them to make it to the automatic promotion, but they will play the playoffs. And I think Alassana, if he can, continue that form that he had, it has not been great for the last few 6-7 games because he had a little dry spell there without scoring a goal. But if he can regain his form for the final few games, I think that will be very, very important for Notts County. He was named in the EFL League Two Team of the Season, so congratulations to him. Ibu Ture was there in the Team of the Season last season. Now we have Alassana Jata in the Team of the Season. He already on 21 goals in total. He has scored in every single competition he played in this season: the FA Cup, the League Cup, as well as the League Two. 18 goals, and he hasn't scored a single penalty. So congratulations, Alassana Jata, for being named in the Team of the Season. I will just show you the table. This is the table, how it is looking. This is how the table is looking in League Two. At the top, you have Doncaster, who have already gained their promotion. Port Vale as well, they have gained their promotion. So Notts County, they are fifth. They will play their final game against Doncaster. But Doncaster, they need the game because they want to win the League Two as well. So maybe that will make the game very difficult. But there is no jeopardy of going out of the playoff spot, or there is no jeopardy. They will be either fifth or sixth. So it does not matter fifth or sixth because in the playoffs, the team at fourth will play the team in seventh, and the team in fourth will play the team in seventh, and then the team in fifth will play the team in fifth. So it does not matter if you are fifth or sixth, you play together again for the playoffs. Maybe just the tie will change. Maybe if you play the first game at home, you play the second game away from home. That is the only thing that will change. Where you play first, home or away. Yeah. So like a win might take them to fourth, and they will play the team in seventh. But I don't know if Walsall are gonna blow that. If Walsall win, it does not matter at the end of the day. So that's what I'm saying. So I think they are fine. Him and Magolji, they are both named in the team of the season. So congratulations to them on being named in the team of the season. And then the next one will be Abubakar Bari. Wow. Like, guys, if you are not following the Austrian league, if you are not following the Austrian league, please do so. It's been such an exciting league. It's been such an exciting league. I watch the highlights every single game. I don't watch the games. I watch the highlights, and I follow the proceedings of the games. And it's been remarkable. That league has been dominated by Salzburg for the past 10 years. For the past 10 years, until last year, then Storm Graz, that is where Sidi Jata is, the other Gambian Norwegian player. They won the league and cup double last year, and then this season they brought in my coach, that is Pep Linders, the former assistant coach of Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool. He came to Salzburg, tried to change the things, but it could not work, and he was sacked at the middle of the season. And the Austria Vienna, out of nowhere, they were fighting for the league. They were always very close to what's it called, Storm Graz this season. They were always close, even the regular season. Because in the Austrian league, the way they do it is kind of a two-season way. It's kind of a two halves of the season. I would say it like that. The first half is the regular season where you play the 12 teams in the league. There are 12 teams in the league. You play each team twice, so you play 22 games. Then after that, the league is put into half. The top six and then the bottom six. The top six will play for the championship, and then the bottom six will play for the relegation. It's similar to what they do in Denmark. So what it means is, the top six teams, they will have their own league, and then the bottom 16 will have their own league. And this is where the things get exciting. And then when they were starting the top six leagues, Austria Vienna and Storm Graz, they were level on points. They were level on points. So, and then eventually you will have to play 10 games. You play each team twice. And then in the last 2 weeks, Austria Vienna had to play Storm Graz twice. Austria Vienna started this second half of the league quite slowly. They lost a couple of games. Salzburg, they step up, and then they join the party and become a part of the race. So it was really, really intense there. Salzburg beat Austria Vienna, and then Austria Vienna lost another game in their first 3 or 4 games. And then all of a sudden, SK Storm Graz were 6 points ahead of them just before they played their fixture last Wednesday. Last Wednesday, they were 6 points ahead of them in the league. So I was like, this league is done and dusted. Nothing is going to happen again. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Austria Vienna are back alive. They are at the top of the league. So in the space of 4 days, they were from 6 points behind the league leaders to now they are top of the league. That's how mad it is in Austria. They are just top of the league by whiskers, because they are ahead by goal difference. Not goal difference, head to head, because they played SK Storm Graz twice. On Wednesday they played them at home inside Austria Vienna, and then they won that 1-2-1. Abubakar Bari put in a top performance. His shot that the goalkeeper saved in the second half was the one that led to the winning goal actually, and he produced a top performance. There was red card there. There were suspension there. This Brighton player who went on loan, Malik Macaulay, the Malian guy. He was there. He played. He got suspended in that one, and then they played this weekend as well. And this time it was inside Storm Graz. So Storm Graz needed to win that one to take it back to 6 points. or if SK2 or if Austria Vienna win, Austria Vienna close the gap on them, and then because the determining like if you are level on points, it's not about goal difference, it's about head to head. So the fact that Austria Vienna beat them twice, they are now ahead of them if they level on points, and Austria Vienna won 1-0. The game had 3 red cards. Austria Vienna SK Stopgrass hit the post before Austria Vienna actually scored. Like it was a crazy game. Awokalbadi played almost the entire game, 90 minutes, and he's having an exceptional season for them. Like I say, the importance of this is if you win, if you win the league, you go directly into the Champions League. You don't have to go through the qualifiers. In many other of the smaller leagues, you have to go through the qualifiers. Austria is not one of those small leagues. They get one automatic Champions League spot. And right now, Austria Vienna, Abubakar Baris Austria Vienna are occupying that spot. If they can maintain it, they are going to the Champions League. There are 4 games to go. The league is still not finished. There are 4 games to go, with Austria Vienna yet to play again against Salzburg, who beat them earlier in the second half of the season. And then Salzburg have rejuvenated. They have started to since they changed their coach, they have been a different beast. You know, they are only 3 points behind the top 2 as well. So everything is really crazy. And then Salzburg also have to play against SK Stopgrass. It's been a very, very exciting league in Austria. I like if you are not following it, you are missing out. I think it has been the most competitive league in Europe this year. I feel Italy is very competitive as well, but Austria, yeah, what a league season it has been, guys. What a league season it has been in Austria. Yeah. So let me just show you the table. I can show you the table from here. I think that's the table there. Austria Vienna, 33 points, 28 games played. There are 4 games to go. Like I said, it's gonna be 32 games season. Stormgrass 33 points, and then Wolfsberger AC, they are on 30 points. Actually, Salzburg, they are on 29 points. So you see, 4 points is separating the top 4 teams in the league. And these 6 teams are on their own league right now, and these are the best teams in the league currently. So it's really exciting. You should not miss out on this one. Let's not forget Lamin Silla. I mentioned him earlier. He also is very close to winning the league, the youth league in what's it called? In Greece with Olympiacos. He scored a brace last weekend. And then the weekend earlier too, he scored another brace. The boy is doing a great stuff there in Greece. Yeah. I think that should be it. In terms of the topics you are going to cover today. So let me just go back to my full screen. Yeah, and then I will check if there is any comments coming through. I got a message. I'll check it. Oh, that's good. Yeah, any comments coming through on TikTok? Any comments coming through on Instagram? Pana ngeen send congratulatory messages. Te yaa ngi gis maa ngi sol Liverpool bi. Yéen waa fi ni nekk leen du ma cepa yéen a ngi cepa. May ko yéen waa YouTube yi ak yéen waa Facebook yi. Yeah. Send me my congratulatory message. Yeah. I'm not a Manchester United fan yet. Yeah. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy that one. If you do, please make sure to like the video. And also don't forget to subscribe to the Yellow Football Bantaba YouTube channel. This weekend we have a big game, the country Gambia, the return of the Independence Stadium, guys. The return of the Independence Stadium. So go out there and fill the stadium in your numbers. I wish I was in the Gambia. Definitely, if I was in the Gambia, I would go to the stadium to watch the boys support the Chan team, but unfortunately I'm not there. But I'll be supporting from my side here, and I hope the boys can deliver a win against Algeria. It's not going to be an easy task, to be honest. Algeria is a very difficult team to play against. They were the finalists last time in the Chan competition. They lost to Senegal in the finals, penalty shootout. So you can imagine it was very close for them to win in that one. They lost the game, drew 0-0, and then Senegal won that one on penalty shootout. So yeah. It's not going to be an easy task to play against Algeria, guys. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see. Any comments coming through, guys? Live. You see live be. My guys, the other night. Why am I going to be live TikTok? Been 5 minutes. Been 30 minutes rather before my TV. Yeah, well, I think cover now everything on the weekend recap. If you enjoy it, guys, again, make sure you like it. Yeah, since since I cannot see my Instagram comments, by the way, so I don't know if anybody is saying anything on Instagram. But anyways, guys, thank you for joining me. It was the weekend recap, a very exciting one. Again, congratulations to the those players who who gained promotion, and all those players who have avoided the drop. And hopefully we will have more coming this weekend. More players, doing the same thing. Players like Ivo Adams, they will join them. Yeah, and the players like Brighton, teams like Brighton with Minty, they will also continue their form, and then get a European spot. Actually, I have a very close friend, a Brighton friend who I work with. That's what I was saying. He said, should, because when Liverpool play Brighton in, I think it's the penultimate game of the season. So should I want Liverpool to win, or should I want Brighton to win? Because if Brighton win, it means they will be going to Europe probably, and if Liverpool win, it does not mean much. But of course, I want Liverpool to get to 90 points this season. But of course, at this stage, at this moment in time, I would rather Brighton win. Yeah, definitely. If it means Minty and Brighton are going to Europe, I would rather Brighton win against Liverpool at this stage. Yeah. But anyways, guys, Jering and Jeff for joining me on the weekend recap. I'm gonna go here. Make sure they get them support the boys here on Saturday. It's a very important day for Gambian football, the return of the stadium. Despite when you guys def I think we still need to support the boys. Yeah. But until then, I hope we get the victory again against Algeria. But until then, guys, Jering and Jeff, I will catch you guys again soon. I will go to TikTok live if you want to join me on TikTok live. I'll be on TikTok live, my Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. YouTube followers. I'll be going live on Instagram maybe for about 20 to 30 minutes. Just talk about uh, Gambian football. Yeah. All right, guys. Jering and Jeff.